Hi, thank you for sitting with me. So, first off, what's your full name?
Gonzalo Santiago.
Perfect. And did your parents name you after anyone?
I'm a junior.
Okay, so your dad was also a Gonzalo?
Yes.
All right. And what did people call you as a child? Did you have any nicknames?
Yeah. They call me Naco.
And where were you born? What city, what state?
Uh, in the state of California, city of Orange.
All right. And did your birthplace take in a hospital or at home? Was there a
Yes.
midwife present or?
Yes, it was in the hospital.
Okay. And what are your parents' full names and date of births, if you know them?
Oh, wow. My mother's is May 13th, 1946.
Was she also born in California?
No, she was born in Mexico.
All right.
And my father, unknown.
Do you know your maternal grandparents or anything about them?
No, pretty much, they were born in Mexico. No.
So did you ever have a grandparent kind of figure present, whether it was directly related or?
Yes, a grandmother.
And what kind of work did your mother do?
She worked in a factory.
Okay. Do you have any special memories of her that you cherish and specifically, or any special memories with your grandparents, grandmother in your case?
My grandmother, yeah, she was always there for me. And, you know, she was, she just did tell me like little stuff, you know. It's kind of in Spanish, but I don't know if you will understand that. But,
You can go ahead and say in Spanish.
oh, te quiero a que te harto, meaning I love you more than ever.
Oh.
Yeah, she used to tell me that. That was her favorite.
And how many siblings do you have?
Siblings, well, counting myself will be 4, but 3.
All right. And are they older, younger?
One's younger and 2 are older. A brother and a sister older, and a younger sister.
Did you grow up close with them?
Yes, we're pretty close. Yes.
Do you have a favorite sibling? One that you were closer to? Maybe not favorite, but one that you got along with better?
I relate more because we're only 11 months apart. My sister Linda.
Gotcha. And do you guys have any heirlooms that were passed throughout the family or?
No.
And what are your siblings' full names? When were they born? Also in California or?
No, actually, they were all born in Mexico.
All 3 of them?
Yes, I'm the only one that was born here. And what was the question? The other question?
They're just full names.
Oh, full names. Sergio Zapien, Linda Zapien, and Yolanda Zapien.
And did you ever take care of your siblings? I know you were older, but
No, my older sister kind of took care of us. She kind of played a second role of mom.
Gotcha, Yolanda.
Yes.
And then where did you guys live as children? Did you guys live in Mexico? Did you move around a lot?
No, when we were little, we lived over there, but no, when we were really small, I forgot what age it was, 1 or 2 years old, in Venice, California, and we grew up there our whole life. We stayed in that
So
town.
you've always been in California your whole life?
Yes.
All right, so you've been in California your whole life. Do you have any special memories from your household or somewhere that you like specifically in the household that you guys would play or favorite places around your town?
Yes, the beach. We hung out at the beach
Okay,
a lot.
Venice Beach.
Yes, went to a lot of parks. But yeah, mainly the beach. Spent a lot of time at the beach.
And did you ever share a room at your house?
Share a room?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, with my older brother.
Okay. And then did your sister share a room as well?
Yes.
All right. And who did the cooking in the house?
My mother.
All right. So do you have any favorite dishes or special memories of her cooking?
Fidel.
And where did your food come from? Did you guys grocery shop, farm? Do you guys have a garden at all?
In the grocery shop.
Grocery shops. And tell us a little bit about your childhood home. Is there anything that stuck out to you in your memories?
No, just playing on the street with other kids. It's kind of normal upbringing, you know.
Was there a lot of kids around you? Other kids?
Yes, yeah, there was a lot of kids around, and yeah, we didn't stay in the house too much. We were always out and playing with kids.
So you
other
live by
kids.
the beach. Pretty nice weather then.
Yeah, very nice weather.
And did you guys have any pets ever?
Yes, we had little pets. Yes, little
What kind
mutts.
of pets?
It was a mutt, kind of a. I forgot what it was mixed with, but it was a mutt, small dogs.
Okay. So what was your kind of daily life as a kid? Go to school, play, or
Yes, as a kid, yes. We were active, you know, exercising, and then just hanging out with kids, coming home, you know, and then right after school, go with the friends and play outside, play baseball, you know, and football.
what kind of
stuff.
sports were you guys into?
Basketball, football,
All right,
and
so we cover
baseball.
everything.
Yes.
And how were the household chores kind of split up? What did you guys?
I was never ever good at that, but yeah, I have to take care of the yard and I have to do the bathrooms at times, cleaning the bathrooms.
Gotcha. And what about your sisters? Was there any difference with what their chores were?
Yeah, they will mop the the living room, take care of their bedrooms, and just clean around the house.
And was the cooking ever up to them as well?
Yes, my older sisters do a lot of the cooking with my mother, and
So she was the one that kind of took on the motherly role a lot as
yes, my younger sister didn't cook whatsoever.
well. All right. And then where did you guys go to school? Was it homeschool or did you guys go to school around the city or?
Yeah, public school in Venice, Venice High School, Mark Twain, Broadway Elementary, and yes.
All right. And how did you guys get to school? Did you guys drive there, walk there?
Walked and the bus. Sometimes we take the blue line, and a lot of times we walk. It was about a 45-minute walk or
Oh,
something
wow.
like that. Yes.
And was that every day? Did all of your siblings?
Every day, yes.
All right. And what was your favorite part of school and your least favorite?
Well, the playground, being out on recess time, being active with other little kids and playing sports out there, running around.
All right. Is there any important skills that you learned at home that you carried with you through life or even in school?
Yeah, I had dedicated to because I used to love to exercise. I'm very active that way, so that showed me dedication to complete tasks that I want to complete. Staying motivated to make my gains, my goals, and that will kind of instilled in me to when I want to do something, to have that determination.
What kind of clothing did you guys wear growing up? Did you guys have favorite stores or?
Surplus stores and stuff.
Okay.
Jeans, county pants, Levi's, khakis, kind of down those lines. A lot of t-shirts.
And when you were growing up, what did you have in mind as to what you wanted to be?
Actually, I didn't have a good guidance to what, I didn't think about life that way
All right.
growing up.
And what about your siblings? Were they kind of in the same mindset or?
Yeah, my sister's the only one that she loved reading books, and she used to get in trouble because she would just lay around the house, just read books all day long. That's the one that's really close to loving education. Yeah, she just loved reading, and so I don't know if she had better goals, but she really loved reading.
And was that your older or younger sister?
My older sister.
Okay. Okay. And did you have any favorite toys or games growing up in your household?
Yeah, Tonka truck toys, marbles, playing marbles. To the imagination, I used to go out in the front yard and imagine, cops and robbers and that kind of sort we play.
So very different from what we kind of have now. I know my little brother plays a lot of video games inside. A lot of the
Yes.
kids nowadays, that's what they're kind of. It's interesting to see that you had a different lifestyle growing up,
Yes.
spending a lot of time outside. And then, how did your family spend the evenings and weekends? Is there any special traditions or?
Yeah, my mother was big on family. My family lived in Orange County and we lived in LA County. So she used to make us go visit the family and do gatherings. And we did a lot of that. So we got to know our cousins and uncles and aunts pretty well because she was big on that. A lot of times we didn't want to go because we wanted to be hanging out with our own friends and be in our own town. But she did a lot of that. So we're family oriented in that sense.
So you grew up close to them then?
Yes.
All right. And did you have any close friends as a kid in particular?
Yes, I'm not friends with them no more, but yeah, growing up, in Venice over there, had some really close friends growing up. Um, actually, I do still know some of them, but really don't communicate too well. But once in a while, there's some type of gatherings that we run across each other.
Okay. And did your family ever travel as a kid?
Not much. I do remember some travels. We did go to Mexico a lot, because we have family over there also. Can only remember one trip that we've done. We went to Yosemite, Yellowstone Park, kind of did a road trip.
And was that all of your siblings as well?
Yeah, all our siblings, we went in a van and camper set up traveling van. So yeah, it was all our siblings and stuff.
All right. And what was your favorite holiday to celebrate as a family or any special occasions?
I think every kid's gonna say Christmas.
And I know you said you were really family oriented, so did you guys have a big gathering for Christmas or was it just kind of your immediate siblings and mom?
Yes, for Christmas, an immediate gathering, but more kind of like sometimes they used to drop me off at my cousin's house for like 2 weeks, and my mom would kind of go on her little vacations, and I would be sick, and they would take care of me for a few weeks for like the summer and stuff like that.
Gotcha. And how did you guys celebrate birthdays as a family?
Oh, birthday parties, very festive. Friends, my friends would come and, my family, my siblings and all would be there. Kind of make it kind of a...
So would all of your cousins and come to your parties as well?
Sometimes, sometimes they would. Sometimes they wouldn't. Not a lot, but sometimes they would.
And then, so you guys celebrated Christmas, right? Not Kwanzaa or...
Yeah, Christmas. We celebrate Christmas. We
How
were
did you
we were
guys-
raised Catholic.
Okay. And how did you guys celebrate? Did you guys celebrate Christmas Eve or did you ever go to church?
Yeah, we celebrate Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day we'll also continue the celebration. We could have different families come on the following day and stuff like that.
Was there any traditions that you remembered, like maybe dressing up or gift exchanges or...
No, we
certain
didn't do that type of
foods?
sense of gift exchanges. Back when I was growing up, we didn't, we just gave presents to the kids, we always get presents that way. There was not, I didn't see none of that gift exchange, what they do nowadays.
All right. And did you guys ever go to church growing up? Were you guys religious?
Yes, a Catholic, yes. We used to go, not a lot, but yeah, there was times where we used to go. We have, my godmother was very religious and we used to go to church. We all been baptized and so yes, we used to go, but not a lot, like, consistently every Sunday, but there was times that we would go.
How often would you say you guys went? Maybe once a month or more rare?
Something like that, once a month, maybe, yeah. Something,
Okay.
something down those lines.
All right. And what was your first job?
Oh, wow. I grew up not having a lot. My mom struggled to, kind of keep a roof over our head. So I've learned young in life that I had to work hard myself if I wanted to have things. And so my first job was a paper route boy. I used to drive my bicycle. I always had a bicycle, driving everywhere, riding everywhere. And then my paper route was my first job. And when I was like 16, I had my first plumbing job, and that's how I was able to save my money in that one summer to purchase my first car, which I still remember it. I couldn't even drive it home because my brother drove it home for me because it was a stick shift. And I didn't know how to drive stick shift.
All right. So did your brother teach you how to drive?
Yes.
Shift?
Yes.
All right. And then how many years of school did you attend? Did you go all the way through high school?
Yes, I went through all of the high school and graduated. And then later in my years, then I went back and did online courses to get the AA.
Okay, so you didn't go to college right away.
No, many years later.
So out of high school, where did you first get your jobs?
I worked with my sister. She was a manager like a shoe store, so I worked with her for a little bit growing up. That was still in the teens doing that. Then through friends, the other type of stock and warehouse, retail kind of store situations. I worked with my father doing a waiter job. He was a bartender, so I was a waiter, working private parties and stuff like that. But as an adult, my first job was in the plumbing industry, and that's where I started as a helper and kind of grew up from there and kind of stuck with that.
And was this all still in Ventura or excuse me, Venice?
This in West LA area.
Okay. And were you kind of there most of your life?
Yes. West LA area, LAX area, yes.
So at what point did you see yourself moving away from there?
I've got a family, and then we decided that we want to grow up our kids in a more safer environment, so we moved away from LA.
All right. So if you could have chosen another profession now, what would you have gotten into? Or would you stay where you are?
No, I probably would have went to college right away and would have chosen something not so backbreaking. I don't know. I mean, I like web design now, but I don't know in what direction I would have went. But I definitely would want to do something else besides heavy industry work.
Okay. And my next question was about marriage. I know you've gotten married. So when did you meet your spouse, my mom?
Yes, I met her in 1999, somewhere around about April of 99. And that's where I met my beautiful daughter, Cassandra. And she was 2 years old. She was 10 months. I was at her 3-year-old birthday that they had that party, and we were first starting to date. That's where I first met Cassandra. And that's where we started our journey, me and my wife, Linda.
And you guys were still living in Venice or in LA at the time?
No, then I was living in San Fernando Valley. I was living in the valley.
And how quickly did you guys get engaged?
Got engaged. Well, we got married 2 years later, so we got engaged maybe like a year after or something like that.
Okay. And what was your wedding like?
It was small. That was a chapel, close family. Some friends that I grew up as I was a child, they were there, and it's close family. We had it at our house that we had purchased together, and it was small, through a chapel.
And did you guys wear a traditional wedding? Mom was wearing a dress?
Yes, yeah. Actually, she wore her best friend's dress that they knitted and made themselves, and she wore
really?
on her wedding.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, yes, from Jenny. And rest in peace, she passed away, but she used her dress.
And what kind of food what were you guys serving?
We serve barbacoa, some type of Mexican beef dish. But that's what they serve, barbacoa.
Okay. And did you guys go on a honeymoon?
No, we our money went to purchasing our first house, so we weren't able to go on a honeymoon, and
Where was your first house located?
in San Fernando Valley.
Okay. So what's your spouse's full names?
Linda Lynn Santiago Sugar.
And does she have any siblings?
Yes, he has one sibling. He's a brother named Sean, and he's younger. I think he's like 10 years younger than her, something down those lines.
All right. And then what's her relationship with her parents?
With her parents are kind of up and down, really not super close. There have been some personal issues there growing up, the way they were raised. but her father's not in the picture. She's met him and knows of him, but I know her mother's been in her picture her whole life, but there were some difficulties in her childhood.
And what's her occupation currently?
She's a nurse, a licensed nurse.
All right. And what's her kind of interest? What is she kind of into?
Oh, she's very social. She's one of them social creatures. And she likes doing gatherings, with friends and stuff, getting out. She's not very adventurous, but she does a little bit of it, because I'm very adventurous. But she likes more of a social gathering with friends, anything to do type of gathering with socializing with her friends and groups. That's what she really enjoys.
And does that differ from you at all?
Yes, it's kind of ironic. Yes, because I'm not a social creature. I can socialize, but through my workforce, I have to be social, but naturally I'm not. And so yeah, it's just kind of ironic where we ended up together and we're just opposites at times.
All right. So I know we talked a little bit about your first home. What was it like? You guys said you bought it, right?
Oh yes. We bought it. We were, we met. We were working together. So I was a service tech, and she was in the office, manager in the office, and yes. So I mean, it was great. Great
And
times.
how long have you guys been married now?
Oh, now 19 years married, together 21.
All right. And then, what would you say the key to a successful marriage is?
One word: communication.
And you guys have children together?
Yes, we do.
How many?
We have 2, and then plus our stepdaughter's 3.
What are the names and birth dates of your kids?
Oh, Cassandra is June 10th, 1996. Talicia's November 19th, 2001. And Julian is June 28th, 2004.
All right. And I know none of them
I'm good
have
with birthdays.
spouses.
Oh, my wife? Oh, do I give my wife too?
Oh, yeah. What's your wife's birthday?
Oh, 12/17/71.
All right. So how far apart are you guys?
Oh, we're about 5 years.
Okay. And do you remember what the feeling like was when you guys found out you were first going to be a parent?
Oh, wow. Just ecstatic, just excited, happy, joyful. Like one of the things that, I always wanted to be a parent, and, and yeah, lot for words, but it was very exciting.
And what were your children's births like? They were born at the hospital?
Yes, one was born in Silmar, California. It was my daughter Talicia, and my son was born in Beverly Hills, Cedars-Sinai.
Okay. And where were they when they were first born? What house were you living at? Were you still at the house that you originally bought?
Yes, San Fernando.
Okay. And so where did they begin to grow up? I know you said you moved.
Yes, we moved. We lived in Hawthorne. We bought a house on Hawthorne, and we lived there for a little bit. They vaguely remember that because they were so small. So they grew up in Yucaipa, California.
And that's where they are now.
That's where they kind of remember. My daughter Cassandra was like a 5th grader. So she was, 5th grader, I don't know, 12 or something.
Yeah, I was like 11.
12.
I remember we had my 11th birthday here.
Oh, okay. So so she was 11, and so that's how they kind of remember. Cassandra might remember a little bit more because she was a little bigger, at the Hawthorne house and stuff. The little ones vaguely remember. Well, actually, Talicia, my little images, but yeah, their home is Yucaipa.
And we've all lived in this house the entire time.
Yes, this is the longest house we lived anywhere. Every house we've lived maybe 2-3 years, moved out. This house we've been here for 14 years.
Oh, wow. And then, what kind of, do you have any special memories of maybe Juju and Talicia growing up?
Um, I remember Cassandra. One memory I have, we were at a soccer game and she was playing goalie. There were two girls that were coming at her with a shot, and then they were passing the ball back and forth, so she didn't know who was going to shoot it at her. She really didn't like being goalie. I encouraged her to be a goalie, but she went in there and she gave it her all because the coach sometimes wanted to put her there as a backup goalie. And they shot the ball and it hit her right in the gut, and she fell down and she stopped the goal, but it really hurt her, and I know that probably kind of scared her more being a goalie. But I remember that, and yeah, that was. I know she didn't like it, but I did something I don't forget that we you know.
So
did
was
together.
sports a big part of them growing up?
Oh yeah, sports was a real big part of growing up. Cassie did sports too, like she was 14, soccer, and then she started doing water polo in high school. And Talissa did soccer, getting not about 14 or 15, and then she started getting into cross country, and now she's in college doing cross country. And my son did basketball. He wasn't as active as the girls were with sports, but he loved basketball, and that's kind of mainly what he kind of stuck with. He didn't want to do soccer. I've tried to get him to do soccer. He just didn't want to go down that avenue.
So, my next question was, what were your favorite way to spend time with the kids? Was that something that you held on to?
Yeah,
playing soccer
sports.
with
Oh
them?
yes, and I picked up the hobby. Oh, you asked about my hobbies earlier. I like taking photography, and so I picked up the hobby of shooting them instead of purchasing these shooting videos that they sell for the sports. So I was doing it myself, and I cherish that. I've got, I don't know, a million pictures of my kids growing up, different times, and I cherish that more than anything.
All right. And what was the hardest part of raising kids?
Letting them go. I mean, but raising them, just trying to be that perfect parent. I have my own struggles, and I know my struggles become their struggles, and that's kind of what some of the regrets I have. The way I having the situations, which I look at other parents and I see they go through similar situations, which I think I'm not perfect, but I know my flaws sometimes fall under them and stuff like that.
What about the best part?
Oh, family time, gatherings, them being happy. Um, those are just the happy times of celebrations with family times and of them just having the joy.
All right. And I know you said when you were younger, your favorite kind of holiday and traditions that you held with your family was during the Christmas time. What about with your family now, with your own kids, your own wife? What is your favorite? Still Christmas or?
Yeah, it's still Christmas, but now we just cherish because now two of my daughters are in college now, and when they could come spend time with us, me and my wife are very excited about it. We'll go out to them if we need to, to kind of cherish those little times, because now I know they're branching into their own lives, and yeah, that's just a challenge for us letting go, and we still kind of hanging on, but we know they're living their lives, and all we could do is try to support them, try to guide them still to make great decisions, because decisions are the ones that are going to outcome their future, hopefully for the better, and we try to still instill in them the decisions that they make now are going to fold in the following years to really detriment their lives.
All right. And was your family religious? Did they ever attend church or worship services at all?
No, that's kind of a setback that we wish we would have instilled more on them, because they're having their own views and beliefs now, in which we prefer like differently. They would have gotten their life more closer, but they have their own views, and I know we can't force them to have our views. We kind of see a certain way, and I figure we fell short on that part, and we're really striving to kind of put them in the right path and stuff.
Okay. And what kind of hobbies did you get into? I know you said photography when you weren't caring for your children in your adult life. Anything other than photography or?
Yes, I'm really big. I love playing chess. Chess is like since I was a kid, I embraced it. My stepdad, the one that taught me how to play, and from there I kind of just learned on my own, and I just enjoyed it. The concentration, the mind games, and to win and conquer the game, and I became pretty good at it, and I just enjoyed that game a lot. That's yes.
Right. And what kind of music did you listen to growing up, and how has that shifted now, if it has at all?
Oh wow, I like old school music, rap, um, and it like some things just don't leave you. I still listen to rap, you know. Times have changed, but I still kind of I listen a lot. Like on my playlist, I listen to stuff where I grew up when I was in my teens, and it kind of I know it's played out and people don't really listen to that type of music anymore, but that's what I know. And the newer stuff, I'm not into that music. I still listen to that, and that's what keeps me going, and kind of brightens my day. Listen to that music, the memories and stuff.
And what about your kids? Did you pass that on to them at all, or?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I wouldn't think, like I said, we moved out of Los Angeles trying to give them a better life and live in a different environment. And like my son, I just found out news that he likes rap. And it kind of blows my mind because I didn't think, you know, he would like that type of music, you know. A bit different type of rap, not my type of rap, but it's just kind of funny. And my daughter Cassandra, she really took off. She was kind of a late bloomer. She took off with the music, and now she just kind of she embraces it, and she just loves concerts and music and different artists and and stuff. A little too over crazy, but that's what she loves to do, and that's how she enjoys and passes her time. My Celeste is a little bit more like calmer music, you know. She likes music, but she doesn't take it to the level as Cassandra does.
All right. And then what kind of books and magazines did you like to read if you ever were into reading?
You know what? I really would love. That's something that you know, maybe because I didn't grow up reading and no one guided me that way. I mean, I don't like embrace reading, but I know how important it is, and I try to stay interested in books. Sometimes I can pick up a book and I can read it, but a lot of times I just get bored with it. After a few pages, I can't continue reading it, and I wish I had a different take on it because I know how important it is.
All right. And kind of shifting topics a little bit, but any major world events that have happened in your lifetime that hasn't affected you? Any that you can think of?
Well, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to make a joke that I had 9 lives because I was in the hospital because I got hit by a car, I fell off a wall. I mean, there's a lot of things that I was ended up in the hospital, and surprised that I'm still here, 53 years old, still here today because all the things that I've came across growing up as a kid. I'm surprised I've made it. Been stabbed by the eye, and just goes on and on. You know, I've been hospitalized a lot. Where I'm surprised I'm still here.
All right. And what accomplishments are you most proud of in life?
Um, Owning my own business, able to provide for my family. Been it's not. I mean, it's successful enough that I was able to purchase a couple of homes. Me and my wife. They were so that's you know put food on the table. Was able to be here with my kids. Have a lot of spare time to be able to be there with the kids, and that's what I'm so thankful for. That this job provided that for my family.
All right. What's the best advice that you can give your kids or your future grandkids going through life?
Just be very wise in your decisions because decisions is what make you in the future of what your life is going to be like. So bad decisions can be detrimental. So be very wise in the decisions you make. Enjoy life, but be wise at them because not all of us get that choice to continue life because of the decisions we made. So and you know, staying in school, college, crucial to their lives, and just and that in itself is going to help them make wise decisions.
And finally, what do you want people to remember most about you?
That I was there for my family. I want them just, the one thing I want them, because I know there's a lot of fathers that their parents don't know their own father. And one thing I wanted my kids to know me, and I just hope that I instill good values that they're gonna, have good futures for themselves and make good decisions.
All right, that wraps up my interview. Thank you so much.